Hey guys, Nathan here bringing you a breakdown of day 2 of the Pyromania announcements. So let's get right into it. First up, before I wanted to say anything, just ignore this little fraps thing in the upper corner. I don't really want to crop it out because then it makes everything uneven. And then I also did go full screen so that you guys could see the little text here. But so first we'll start off with this picture. You have the Scout, Soldier, and Sniper, and these are the characters that the new weapons were released for, and then you have the Pyro overshadowing them with his new weapon called the Scorch Shot. But that is, I will get into that later. So we have the City on Fire here, we have Downtown 2 Fort, and then I think we have Manhattan of the Badlands, and just this list of new maps that are going to be released. And then you have this random paragraph that doesn't really make any sense. It just kind of is making a joke of these new maps. But anyway, so moving on to the actual weapons here, we have the Public Enemy set for Scout, and this features the Pretty Boys pocket pistol, and then this features a plus 15% max health on wearer. The wearer never takes fall damage, and then a 25% slower firing speed, and then a 50% fire damage vulnerability on wearers. So the first stat here, if we bring up this calculator, we have there's actually an equation. If you do 1.15 times the Scout's health, which is 125, you get 143.75 here. So with this pistol equipped, you will have, well, I'm guessing Valve will round it up to 145 health. So you have that, and then we have the wearer never takes falling damage. That is really awesome, and usually it's really annoying if you accidentally fall too far and then you're down 10 health, because that 10 to 15 health when you take that fall damage can be the difference between life and death. I know I personally have had moments where I'm at pretty much 1 health, and you just consider yourself very fortunate to be alive. But then we have the cons here: 25% slower firing speed, and then a 50%, sorry if I sounded like I said 15, but it is a 50% fire damage vulnerability on wear, and that means that Pyro's fire will do 1.5 times as much damage now, which I just believe that it ties into Meet the Pyro, so that Pyros will be able to kill scouts faster. And then we have the 25% slower firing speed. I believe that's put on this pistol so that people won't really use it as much, and they'll just kind of use these pros here as a background effect, I suppose you could say. Moving on to the scattergun, we have the Babyface's Blaster, and the stats on this are that it has 40% more accuracy, on hit, builds boost, and then with your boost you can run at up to double speed when you have maximum boost. So then the cons, we have the minus 30% damage penalty, the 35% slower movement speed on wearer, and then we have boost resets on jump. So I believe the scattergun is geared towards scouts who are more medium range, being it has higher accuracy. And then it also focuses on people who don't jump as much. I get tying into these boost things. We have the boost resets on jump, so it's geared towards scouts who don't jump as much. But then it's also geared towards scouts who get a lot of hits on people, but maybe don't get as many kills, because on each hit it builds boost, and then you'll be able to run faster once your boost is increased. So maybe for people who just get a lot of hits on people, but they never seem to get any kills. But then you have the minus 30% damage penalty, and that is absolutely huge. If you think of the scattergun, the default scattergun right now, it does about 125 damage on a meat shot. I think it's 128 or something like that, if I remember correctly. So now it will do 2/3 that damage, which comes to about 80 damage in total. So a meat shot for a scattergun, if you sneak up behind somebody and get a meat shot on them, it will only do about 80 damage. So now, once again, it's geared towards that mid-range so that you don't get those meat shots and you just get a lot of hits on people. But then you have this 35% slower movement speed on wearer to counteract this boost building. So that basically, once again, like I said before, it's geared towards scouts who get a lot of hits on people, so that this 35% slower movement speed will be cancelled almost instantly. So moving on to the sniper weapons here, we have 2 of them. A new sniper SMG, that's pretty interesting. This set is called the Urban Professional, and then the SMG, we have the Cleaner's Carbine, and then the effects on it are: on kill you get 3 seconds of 100% critical chance, you get minus 20% clip size, and then 35% slower firing speed, and then no random critical hits, which is a common con on the weapons in the Team Fortress weapon world. So I believe that this SMG has the potential to be very overpowered, but not at the same time, because on a kill, 3 seconds of 100% critical chance is absolutely huge. And if you guys think like a body shot, like a critted body shot for the sniper rifle, does about 200 damage, I believe, if I remember correctly, or through experience as well. And that is just insane amount of damage. So I'm not sure if this will be overpowered or not. But then you have these cons, which basically are going against the submachine gun, and I believe that it's meant so that people don't get kills with them as much. Because minus 20% clip size is, so now the sniper SMG will have about 20, let's see, would that be 20? 20% is 1/5, and then 4/5 of 25 is, actually, I can do that on a calculator right now. 0.8 times 25 equals 20. So now it will have a clip size of 20. And then the 35% slower firing speed is also huge, so that it won't get kills that much. So yeah, that pro has the potential to be very overpowered, but I'm glad that they added this in so that it doesn't kill super fast. Moving on here to the actual sniper rifle, we have the Hitman's Heatmaker, and this sniper rifle has an ability called Focus. And before I say like how you gain focus, I'll just explain it really quick. When you activate Focus, you have a plus 25% faster charge and no unscoping. And that's pretty much Focus in a nutshell. So to gain Focus, you get kills and assists, and then Focus activates on fire when Focus meter is full, whether you like it or not. So basically, when Focus is full, you're gonna want to save this meter for big groups of enemies, or when you can find like a lot of people to hit and make the most use out of the focus meter. So then we have headshot kills causes decapitation, which that's just an effect. It's not really, it doesn't really affect the gameplay at all. But then you have a minus 20% damage penalty on body shot, which I'm pretty sure Valve actually listened to the community on that one, because I'm pretty sure the community does not like body shots at all. So they put that on there as a like with an ear to the community, you know. So here we have the dumpster diver, and then there is one weapon for soldier. We have the Beggars Bazooka, and this is a rocket launcher, obviously, but you hold fire to load up to 3 rockets, and then you release fire to unleash the barrage. So the cons here are that anyway, it doesn't matter. Grammar can go fuck itself. But here we have plus 3 degrees random projectile deviation. Overloading the chamber will cause a misfire, and you cannot collect ammo from dispensers. So this is very, very interesting. I believe it will function a lot like the Cow Mangler, because the Cow Mangler has an ability where you launch a super shot with mini crits, and that is very much like this Rockets Pro. So you launch 3 rockets versus the Cow Mangler's like super rocket. But then you have a plus 3 degrees random projectile deviation, and I believe this is whether you're firing the barrage or not. Like if you're firing regular rockets, it will have this plus 3 degrees deviation, which I'm not sure if this will be a huge con or not. It seems as if it has a possibility to, since rockets aren't super accurate now. But yeah, I mean that's a very interesting con, since it hasn't been seen before. So overloading the chamber will cause a misfire. That's just kind of like a basic con. Basically, if people aren't skilled at firing it, then they shouldn't be able to fire it. And then you have cannot collect ammo from dispensers. This is good so that soldiers cannot just camp a dispenser and keep unleashing barrages, because if you think about like 3 soldiers who have this weapon defending like a payload cart with a dispenser next to them, they could successfully defend that cart with almost no problem. So I'm glad that they added that, so that they can't just camp dispensers and be overpowered like that. So the last weapon here, featuring this really funny picture of him just destroying the scout, we have the Scorch Shot, and this weapon was actually seen on Team Fortress 2's website before this actual update. There was like a time-lapse of the guy actually making this weapon, which was actually really interesting. I suggest you guys look that up, because it is just really cool. So here we have the flare knocks back target on hit and ignites enemies in a small radius, But then the con is that it has a minus 50% damage penalty, and what I think of this is that it's more geared towards like groups of people. So if you have the ignite enemies in a small radius, you're going to be like firing it into enemies on payload. For those of you who don't know, payload is like my favorite Team Fortress 2 game mode, so I kind of reference that a lot. But like you're going to like want to fire it on people who are pushing a payload cart or capping a point, and I think that it's focused more on groups of enemies versus individual enemies, because there is a minus 50% damage penalty, which that means that it'll do about 15 damage, which is barely anything, because I believe the flare gun does about 30 and it does 90 on a crit. So there you kind of have that. So I think this is more geared towards groups of enemies than one. And then this random effect where it knocks back targets, I'm not really sure, that seems kind of random and thrown in there. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. This weapon is really random, so just like Meet the Pyro, actually, no one knows what the Pyro really is. I personally think it's a woman, but feel free to leave in the comments what you guys think. But that is pretty much the end of this video. If you guys could please leave a rating, I would really appreciate it. And if you would like, please subscribe. If you like TF2, I bring plenty of that. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Have an awesome day, and happy hunting.